Hello, I'm Valkyria, and working from home, it's harder than I expected, and these are the challenges I discovered from it. I'm working remotely on an internship as a concept artist for an independent movie. I don't know how your universities work, but you have to take 2 internships to graduate from mine. This is my second one, and I'm glad I got to work here because it's remote, and despite the fact that they pay less than minimum wage, and it's supposed to be a full time job, I had the time to teach Kimchi, my dog, how to behave, walk him to the park, and be with him in general. He's actually in my lap right now. So if you hear anything, something like that, like breathing, it's him. It's him sleeping next to me. And also, I save a lot of money from transportation and time. Traffic here, it's hell. However, as much as I love working remotely, for the reasons I said before, and the possibility of working wherever and whenever I want and managing my own time, there are big challenges that I have faced, and I want to share them with you because, first, if you're gonna go remote, if you're thinking about doing that, I think you should know this before jumping in this. And second, if you have any suggestions, and I mean it, any suggestions on how to solve these problems, please let me know. Your help is very appreciated. Communication, it's harder. I personally struggle a lot with social cues. I've struggled less with those in person, but with email or text, fuck. I suck at that. And there's been time where my boss has said like, hey, we need to talk about something, and right from the bat I start, they're gonna say I did a terrible job, they're gonna be mad, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I am definitely their worst worker, they're not gonna want to work with me, they're gonna be mad, like I just spiral down these negative thoughts. And then we get to talk, and they're like, hey, I wanted to know how you're doing. And they're wonderful. Honestly, I love my boss. My bosses, they are amazing. But it's harder for me to communicate because I don't get to see them face to face. And I really, really need nonverbal communication. For me, that's super important. You don't socialize much. If you want to interact with people in real life, and you should, even if you're an introvert, this is really, really hard if you are working remotely because you have to do an extra step in order to socialize. Join the gym, walk your dog. You meet a lot of people walking dogs. Join a dance class. I did that. I'm gonna start in a few weeks. I don't know. Get in a cooking class. I don't know. You can do a lot of things. You have to give an extra step in order to interact with people because your work is not gonna provide you that social thing. Now, especially for artists, I think this is key. Your creativity develops from doing new things, trying new stuff. If you're all the time alone in your home or with the same people, I don't live alone, but I'm all the time with my parents and my sister. If I don't change my environment, my creativity suffers because of that. So it's really important that you get to interact with other people and go out, really go out, discover places, try to be happy and have experiences because that will definitely help you with your creativity. It's harder to keep a schedule. This is something that definitely it's a case by case situation and it depends a lot on how you manage your time if you're good at it and also your mental and physical health at the moment. I was used to having a good time management skills, which I think I have. It's just my situation really changed. The way I managed my time in the past was that I will have a class at 10 a.m. I will say, okay, I have a list of things I have to get done before 10 a.m. because I will have this class. And after that class, I will not have time to do this because I have to do other stuff. And those unmovable tasks, unmovable meetings, classes, whatever, that were all over the day, those will be key for me to manage my time. I had a friend to see, I had a class to take, I had theater to go. I don't know, I had a lot of stuff, and those were my key points of the day and I use those blocks to organize the rest of my time. Here I have nothing to do. I have no, I'm lying. Wednesday and Fridays I see my friends, one for playing D&D. I'm gonna do a video about that next week. And the other one to work on personal stuff like this. But aside from those, I don't really have a lot of compromises, and those are only in the afternoon. So the fact that I don't have a compromise like, okay, at 10 a.m., 9 a.m., like something in the morning, means I end up wasting a lot of my time. And that's a challenge that I'm getting to solve right now. Like, I'm bullet journaling again. I'm trying to set myself deadlines, and like I have to do this thing from this hour to this hour and trying to keep that. But for some reason, for me, it's harder when my deadlines are set by myself. Like, there's absolutely no way someone else can force me to do that thing at that time, because I'm the only one that knows I'm supposed to get done by that time. For me personally, it's been harder to keep a schedule, and I end up doing a lot of things in the last minute. You either overwork or get behind in work. This gets tied really, really close to the previous one, but when I started, because of the lack of time management, I did a lot of work. I did way more work than I think was healthy for me. It was partially because we had a deadline coming, but also I think it was like I just got excited and did way more stuff than I could do on a daily basis. It got to a point that after maybe 3 weeks, I sent what I needed to, and I took the rest of the week off because my wrist was hurting. And I'm an artist. My work is based on my wrist drawing, so I can't get an injury there. And I think right now, I'm not sure if I'm balanced or I'm in the other side of the spectrum, because a new intern just come in and he's really, really excited about the project. So I think he's right now in that hyper focus, hype phase. He's like, no, let's do this. This is amazing, the best work ever, blah, blah, blah. Because as I said, honestly, the work environment is really cool here. And in general, we are very human. Like, my boss is very human, so I am too. And we try to take care of each other. And the project is cool. I'm not gonna lie. The project is very interesting. And the script is amazing. He's in love with this project, and I think he's overworking himself, but he's the only one that can tell. So I'll let him be. And I'm not sure if it's because in comparison I'm doing less, or it's because he's doing too much, but I feel like I'm starting to get behind. Now, I am submitting the things I have to submit on time. It's just that I'm not ahead, so I feel like I am behind. It's a weird thing, but if you were an overachiever in school because your parents didn't allow you to be something else, you get me. A messy work environment. This again varies a lot from person to person, but I don't have an office because I'm working from home. So I work in my room. And as soon as I wake up, I don't want to clean my room. I usually do it after I work a few hours. And I don't think it's good to work in the clutter, but I've done it way too many times. I know a lot of artists that tend to be messy, and I really don't think clutter is good for your mental health or your creativity. When we see a cluttered space, we have a cluttered mind, and I'm trying to not work unless my room is very, very clean, and that means I work later. Like, instead of 7, I will work at 8 or something like that. But I've noticed it really improves the way I work and the way I feel towards my work and towards my day. Yeah, that's also really important, to keep the place you're working clean and know that if you don't clean it, nobody else will. Because it's not like in an office that sometimes they have people that go and clean it for you. This is your house, so you have to clean it. And those are the 5 things that I'm struggling with right now, from working remotely as an artist. Let me know what do you think. Let me know if you're struggling with it too. And how will you solve some of this? If I missed anything or you are having other problems, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you later. Bye!